Toastmaster Prince.
Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you so much for the time. As we heard from our humble coach, humble as usual, talking about the club, and like we fondly call him our backbone, because he's the person who gets things moving for us, and we are where we are thanks to all his efforts and guidance, like I would like to call it first. Thank you, Anwar, for your support as a coach. It's been a really a good experience with you, working with you. Firstly, before we start off the meeting, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our regional advisor, DTM Ali Shahbaz Ali. DTM Ali, welcome.
Thanks a lot, President.
Thank you for being there with us. We were very glad to have you last time as well, and today as well. Thank you so much.
Yes,
and
but just to apologize, I might leave after 30 to 40 minutes, have another commitment, but I'll try to enjoy as much as possible. Thanks.
Our pleasure, DTM Ali. Our pleasure. Yeah, and I'm also glad to have a lot of members. I mean, I can see some people from different parts of the world, which is again a success story for elite debaters, because we have people who've logged in from India, from Singapore and other places. And I'm very sure that you're going to have a very productive meeting here with us today. You will learn a lot, because you're being spoken to by someone who is the founder or one of the founding members of elite debaters. She is a different class of Toastmasters that you will meet. She is the district leader right now for all of us, which includes Kuwait and Bahrain. And she has been with the debate club all through the journey from the beginning until now. And she's constantly coached us and guided us to get into a certain process and make elite debaters where we are today. And she is something that even words cannot describe how much she means to us as a member of our club. And her entire experience over the years with debates and Toastmasters is going to be showing to you in the next 1 hour, when she will speak to you about how to effectively evaluate a debate. What happens is, when we see a debate, we tend to judge based on a lot of factors. But what is it that really makes one debate team better than the other? That's what is going to be spoken about by none other than our Florence Nightingale, DTM Wafaa Salman. Over to you, Wafaa.
Thank you, Prince, our president. Good morning, everybody, RA and leaders, divisions, districts, and all leaders of District 20 and other districts as well. Great morning and happy Eid for the people who are celebrating today. We are celebrating tomorrow, so we will have another happy greetings tomorrow. So let's start by the main session, evaluation. Let me share my screen so we can start. Sorry. Now, evaluation is an art. It's not mechanic. So the more we practice, the better we will be. I'm not going to give you now today in this session everything and you will be the best evaluator ever. I cannot say I'm the best evaluator ever. However, I won in a district a couple of years ago. But it is a practice and it's a mindset. If you know the technique, then you know how to evaluate. It's a little bit different from the normal evaluation, and we will see today. But before starting, as a trainer, we need to put some ground rules. Emergency exit from your side, you know, where are they? And you know, if there is anything, any emergency, go without panicking and leave the computer, leave everything and just run away. Make your mics are muted unless in the Q&A we asked you to unmute. There are reactions. You may use them if you want to thumb up or clap, so you can do that. Questions. If there is a question that you need to ask, you can write it in the chat box. And at the end, there is a 15 minutes Q&A. Now we will answer all your questions. And if there is any question due to the time constraint, we could not answer, then we will make sure that it is there for you, answered and spread. we will start and finish in time, and that's what Toastmaster is about. Today, I will talk about what's evaluation in general, because it's a common thing between normal speech and an evaluation and debate. However, we'll discuss how to evaluate and a debate team. What are the debate evaluation criteria? How to evaluate the affirmative, and what are the negative criteria? Now, team captains, they have different kind of evaluation, especially in the summation. We will put some judging criteria if there is a contest, how we will make some judges and how we will make some points, like this team lost his point or that team lost his point. I remind you that in the last 3 sessions, especially the last one and the first one, they said that you will lose a point if you haven't done that. Or in the debate, as Prince said, in the summation, if you say something that it's a new idea, then you lose a point from the judging criteria. So that's how we will judge. And at the end, we have the GE, or the moderator of the day. It depends on the session of the day. That general evaluator will evaluate the evaluators and make sure that they are improving their skills. So let's start by what is an evaluation. At the end, evaluation is a process to make sure that we are collecting and analyzing what a person did and how the information is being spread, what researchers or evidence showed. So I'm evaluating on the evidence I'm seeing in front of me. The speech, the structure, the way the question's been asked, the way the preparation is done, how they are presenting that debate, the teamwork, it's very important. So all these criteria, structure, flow, and research are the most important thing when we are evaluating a debate. Okay, so at the end, why we evaluate in debate or non-debate, it's to improve. We need to be more effective communicator, speaker, debaters, anybody. Anybody is evaluating us to be better person than we used to be. That's the most important thing. We will consider analysis. Are we analyzing that debate well? If yes, that's a point. There is a good reason behind our argument. The reasoning is a point. Evidence. From where we got our researches. Is it very old research, 50, 60 years ago, or it's current? It's not just that. The articles that we will, based upon our debate, is it class A, B, or C? It's very important to know that we are not going to Wikipedia or any other sources that all of us can edit and amend. We need a research that it is authentic. The rebuttal, usually we are not doing rebuttal, but we do cross-examination. There are 2 different things, and Noor explained about them last week. We do cross-examination, and if the cross-examination is done well, that's kind of evaluation, we would consider it. And we will consider the overall delivery, even the delivery, which is the body language, the eye contact, the vocals, all these are part of the debate, because we are persuading you. At the end, when a subject is debatable, it could be right and it could be wrong. It's how we present it to you and how we make you believe us that this point that you should apply or you should follow. So persuasive, it's very important, and it helps the body language and the overall delivery helped us in persuading you. So that is what is evaluation, which is general thing, just the criteria of evidence and rebuttaling, reasoning. These are the different from the normal evaluation. Now, the debate evaluation, it has several points. 3 points very important. The matter, which is what we are saying. Matter is all about the material. what we are arguing are. What's our argument? Why we are putting this? Why we are supporting that argument? So that's the matter itself, which is the material. Then we have the manner, how we are delivering it. It's the way and the speech. So we will first, as an evaluator, focus on the material, the speech, the content itself. In a normal speech, we'll say it's a content. So that's the matter. The manner, how we present it. And the last thing is the method, which is how it is organized. And that's what I will explain in the couple of slides. So first, we need to make sure as an evaluator that the evaluator has prepared a strong material supporting his argument, supporting his resolution, to prove that his point of view is right. So the material should be rich, there should be evidence, researches, and all this. That's the matter. The manner, how he's presenting it or she's presenting it, persuasive or not, etc. And the method is, are we following what we need to follow? Like if you don't start by stating the resolution, that's one point you will be missed. And that's what we call the method. And I will show you the sequence. And even in our club, we will have this as an evaluation sheet distributed to others. And we have it sometimes on the back of our agenda. So the guests and members will see the flow and will know based on what we are evaluating. Like in a normal club, we will put the purpose or objectives of the speech. So when we are choosing the best speaker, we will see if he passed his objective or if he met his objectives. So matter, manner, and method. These are the three things that we need to make sure when we are evaluating any debate. Now, we need to consider that there are two teams, as we know, and we know that. We are affirmative and we have negative. Now, it can be 1-to-1, it can be 2-to-2, and it can be 3-to-3. At the end, they have to be equal sides. We cannot have one team more than the other team. Now, I'm not going to talk about the structure. I'm going to talk about what are the things as an evaluator we are looking for. First of all, as you know, the affirmative captain starts. And when the affirmative captain starts, he should state the resolution. It's very important. Because in that resolution, he will say, we are supporting that. We are 100% with that resolution, and that's what you should be. So stating the resolution in front of the audience. Second, that's if he states the resolution, we will put a point for him. Second, defining the terms. And Prince talked about defining terms, and he gave us several examples about defining terms, and it was applicable to all of us. The terms should be defined, otherwise it's not a debate. We need to agree. The affirmative will make the terms defined and share them with the negative. The negative should agree. So both of them, they should agree on the definition. Now, why they should agree? Because we need to start from an equal point. We cannot, one is thinking right and the other is thinking left. It's not a debate. It's a just chat or communication in general. So we need to agree based on some terms. Now, I noticed and I witnessed several clashes between the two teams that the negative did not agree with the affirmative, but they have to come to a consensus about this. So the negative should a little bit be flexible and the affirmative flexible until they reach the final. So that's the point. When the affirmative states the definition, I'll give him a point. Now, this is sometimes it's been missed, which is when the affirmative is talking about himself only or his argument only. No, you are a captain of the team. You have to tell me, you will talk about this, second teammate will talk about that, and the third teammate will talk about this. So the whole structure should be followed. Otherwise, the audience will not know what you are talking about or what the other person is talking about. So it's very important to state the position of the team and each member what they are saying. And if that happens, they will take a point. If it didn't happen, then the evaluator in the evaluation sheet that we will distribute to him will write that he should state this, he should state that. So in the evaluation, we will give recommendation and suggestion based on what we observe. Now, after that, they will start to put their own debate. And when they did that, we will give them a point. If they put their debate, the content, as we said, matter, manner, and method. And here is in the body of the email, which is in the body of the debate, which is the debate itself. The material was there was evidence, the way that he debated, and the method that he used. It's very important at the end of every speech that the person will say, we strongly believe that this is the resolution. If that is repeated, it means the audience will start believing that you are right. So the idea of trying to play with the words is very important. And that's how the evaluator will look at it. Now, we said that the three teams, or the three members, the affirmative 1, the affirmative 2, and the affirmative 3. So the affirmative 1, affirmative 2. In the affirmative 2, he's not going to do the state definition because it's been done already, but he will say his position, brief about himself, that first of all, as you know, he will cross-examine. And there is a box in the evaluation sheet how the affirmative 2 cross-examine the negative 1. We have the cross-examination. Did he ask close-end question? Because it's very important. If we let the other person speak, we lose a point. If the other person states something which is not right and we left it, we lose our point and he will gain a point. So as a cross-examination explained last week, we need to get lots of points, and here the team will work together. Even online, the team can work through WhatsApp or any other chat way to make sure that you have to ask him this question. This question is good to ask. Start with this. So the person who will start asking question, he will get the help of the team, because each one of us will see things from a different way. How the cross-examination done, that's a point. And it's very important not to give the person the time to speak. Just let him answer if yes or no to prove him wrong. And that's the idea of cross-examination. We have to put him in the corner. So if that cross-examiner put the other person in the corner, he got the point. If he did not leave any points that's not strong enough, then he got a point. Otherwise, he will lose points. He will tell, my teammate or my captain state this, and now I'm going to talk about that, and he will give his constructive speech. And in the constructive speech, again, we will go with the 3. Matter, manner, and method. We will see the speech, the structure, the evidence, and all these things based on the topic that he's explaining. And at the end, he needs to summarize. Summary is very important. We need to summarize what we said. And here it shows how much the team is well prepared. And this is, as an evaluator, you have to look into. If the team is well prepared, he knows that he has 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever is the minutes, depends on the debate itself. He knows that I have this, I need to be prepared, I rehearse it well, so I can come to the summary. If you did not reach the summary, it means you're not well prepared. That's a point will be taken as an evaluator. So, are you prepared or not prepared? Did you rehearse or not your speech? So it has to go with the introduction, with the body, with the conclusion, and then a summary to summarize your points, what you have told us about, and then says, we strongly believe in this resolution, and that's what should happen. Same thing happened to the affirmative 3, and I'm not going to repeat it. Now, negative, it comes to acceptance. So in the evaluation of the negative, first, the negative should accept or reject. And 99% it should accept, because they should agree upon the resolution, otherwise the terms and the definition, otherwise it's not a debate at all. So, however, that captain of the negative team should say, we accepted the definition, the terms of definition said by the affirmative team. And here we will be relaxed that they are debating on the same page or from the same level. He will be given cross-examination, definitely, because the negative one will cross-examine the affirmative one, because the affirmative will be the same. So the cross-examination, if it is done, he will take a point. He will make his speech as a constructive speech, and that's a point for the constructive, and it's very important. Summary and structure. And he should make what is the negative part. Again, stating the resolution and telling that this 3 teams or 2 team mates will talk about 1, 2, 3 and summarize the point. So the captains of both teams should talk about what are the teammates are talking about. It's very important to say that. Resolution, talking about the team, and then giving their constructive. Summary for all, it's common and it should be done. So as an evaluator, we need to look at these points. And we can share as well the evaluation sheet that we are following in our club. And based on that, you can see all these points are in the sheet, and there are boxes so you can write if it is okay or not okay, what he missed. Because when you are giving your evaluation, you have to go back to your sheet and tell him, as an affirmative team, you have to do 1, 2, 3. Now, regarding the -2 and -3, it's the same as the affirmative. So there is nothing to worry about, just follow the structure. Now, as a team captains, we as an evaluator will evaluate a team. There is one evaluator for the affirmative and one evaluator for the negative. As an evaluator for the affirmative team, I have to evaluate the captain. I have to evaluate the affirmative 1, affirmative 2. And here it's very important because you don't have much time. You have 2 to 3 minutes. So you need to come up with the maximum points that can help the team to improve, because you cannot evaluate 3 people in 3 minutes. It's very difficult. So you have to go with the structure as a common, that they follow the structure. And then what are the 3 good points that they did? 1, 2, 3, very simple. And make the points not exceeding 1 minute, the good points. Why? Because we need to tell them what is our observation or the areas of improvement. And this should take more time. So 1 minute for all, to tell them that as a team, there was harmony, there was whatever, you followed the structure, you followed this and you followed that. Now, when it comes to the suggestion and recommendation, if you see that they missed something, one of the arguments has been missed, or one of the research was not, did not have an evidence, or in the cross-examination, you see that they could have asked that question. So state it. You will tell them, like, in the cross-examination, that question should be asked. You gave him time to speak. You did not summarize. You are not having an evidence. Your speech, delivery, structure, whatever. So you will give, in general, the good points, in general, the areas of improvement. And if there is one of the team members did something extraordinary, you may mention that, salute this person, he gave 1, 2, 3. And then you need to summarize by the recommendation. Now, the captains is very important in their summary. There is another evaluation for them, because they should not state anything new in the summary. If they mention any point that was not in the full debate, they will lose a point. And usually when we put points, we'll put them over 100, and then you can, that's if we are doing judging. But in the evaluation in the club, we don't judge actually, but we will say that this is a point that you lost, and you should have done 1, 2, 3. So in the captains should make sure that they are following the debate that's been said before, nothing new. Summarize the team points, repeat the points of yourself as a captain, and then what's the team member said, and then at the end make sure to concur your position. It's very important. Tell them that's the evidence. I'm giving you now the evidence why this resolution should be followed. And that's how the captains should work, both of them. So both captains, they should summarize their point, no new points. If there is any new points, they will lose one of the points in the criteria of judging or evaluation. Now, from the judging criteria, we have 3 main points, which is if there is a significant problem and its causes, do we make a problem of that resolution? If that resolution, if we believe in it, we have to make it as a significant issue. And based on that, we should follow. Is it desirable and practical as opposed, and are we going outside of the status quo of the opposed team? It's important to show it as the judging criteria. And the last in the judging criteria is the solution. Is, for example, if the negative gave a solution that because I'm saying 1, 2, 3, that's the solution of the resolution, and we don't believe in the resolution is right, whatever was the resolution. Now, I will say that all resolutions are right and wrong. We cannot say that this is right because it's a debatable subject. However, what we do, we will make the people think differently and make sure that this resolution, we should not pass it and we should not agree for it. So when we are judging, there are 3 things to consider. The affirmative should make sure that there is a problem, and because of that, they are, I don't see the timer. I did not pin the timer, sorry. Who's our timer?
Toastmaster Shan Sundar is the timer. Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me check. Sorry. Can you put for me green so I can see? Oh, this is that. Yeah, I got it. He should run his video so I can pin it. Okay. Yes, now it's fine. I'm safe. So in the judging criteria, there are things to consider. The affirmative must show that there is a problem, and he should explain the causes, the nature of the problem, how the problem is being said, and must show that the solution for that problem, that this is the right solution for this problem. Now, the negative team has got 2 works to do. His preparation and focusing on making what the affirmative team did not right, or what the affirmative team was not well prepared, so we can use it as a disadvantage of the negative team. And the last point, which is the things to consider. So we need to consider the negative, the positive, and we need to consider the probability, the quantity and the quality of evidence. I said in the beginning that evidence should be well researched. Everything I'm saying, every number, every digit, every research, it should be supported by articles, and not any articles that they are published in the best journal in the world, not any article we can see. And evidence from a website that it is current. For example, if we are talking about health, the website of the AHA or the main health of the world. So they are saying that, and here, this site we have to trust. If we are talking something about the governments or whatever, we have to go for the website of the government. So we need authentic evidence, and that's very important. That's called the quality, not just the quantity. Quantity, the more evidence you give, the more supporting materials you have, and by that you are improving. Less evidence, so that's a point. So here, as an evaluator, you have to tell that I need to see more evidence. I was not convinced with one evidence or one article or whatever, because the other team have cross-examined and you did not prove it right. So it's very important now, as an evaluator, follow the structure of the evaluation. Follow, if every member following the structure by stating the points in the order, not giving things without an evidence, making sure that the body language and the speech structure is well prepared and well done, and make sure that there are quantity and quality of your evidence. Now, the last point is to evaluate the evaluators. And when we are as an evaluator, you know, you have two evaluators, as general evaluator or as a moderator. It depends on your structure in your club. You have to make sure that the both evaluator, the positive, affirmative and negative, followed the same sheet, because all of us has got common sheet to follow, which is the structure I showed you. The evaluation should be productive and positive. And this is very important. Even if they did not do well, and even if they did not have the proper evidence, you have to say it in a proper way. I would prefer you have done that. I would love to see more research has been done. I would love to see this. So always start with the positive and tell them the point or the area of improvement that you are looking for. So as a general evaluator, I will evaluate the evaluators. Are they following the structure? The structure of debate. If the team missed something, they have to tell in a constructive way. We have to emphasize on the proofs or evidence. Is there proofs and evidence? And did they mention them? Cross-examination by itself. Did they mention how to cross-examine? Because it's not about telling you that you did not do good in cross-examination. Okay, what question I should ask? What you were expecting me to ask? Because when you are evaluating, you will think of something, write it down, and then say, I would love to see you are asking him that question. That question could put him in the corner and give you the point to win. Now, suggestion and recommendation is very important to have it in every evaluation. Without recommendation and suggestion, the evaluation is nothing. If I will tell you you did right or good, you're right or wrong, that's fine. But how I can be a better evaluator or how I can be a better debater, that's the idea of evaluation. So in general, to summarize, as an evaluator, you need to follow the structure of the debate. You need to make sure that all your team is following the points that we shared. They are summarizing. You write the points that they need to learn and share it with them in your summary and in your speech. And based on that, this team will improve his evaluation and or his debate next time. That's what the evaluation is about, because we have to follow that structure. And if we follow that structure, we will evaluate a debate team in a proper manner. Now I'm open to any question. The Q&A is ready. Ready for the questions. Let me stop sharing my screen. Yes. Gayatri, you will help me in the questions, please.
Yes, I am ready. I'm waiting. Is there any question to be asked, please?
Yes, I do have a question, Gayatri.
Yes, Yes.
You mentioned that the sources should be of A grade. So how does the evaluator ascertain that the facts that have been presented are really true and are very authentic, not just picked from Wikipedia?
I cannot make sure about it now in the evaluation, but the speaker himself, he should say that that is the journal that is from this party or from this website, and it is a class A or class B or class C even. So there are 3 classes that are acceptable. Other than that, they are just opinion and material. So the evaluator himself, the speaker himself should mention from where he got it and what kind of article and website he was searching for. If you will tell me from Wikipedia or I search Google, then not. So that's the maximum we can do.
But if he quotes a media channel, that is also A class. How do you, sometimes some media, he may refer a media channel. I just heard this in the news recently. So what grade would that come into?
No, if it is a media, it's not. I'm talking about articles should be grade. If it is, yes, if he's, because usually our debate will be based on physical articles, not on media. The media it can enrich our debate, but it's not the main meat of our debate. Okay. So in the media we can mention, and it's a point. And there are sometimes there is website called debate dot whatever. They always debate about topics and give percentage for that, percentage for this. So we can use it as well. It's kind of convincing, but it's not the structure of the main speech of the debate.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Which means, DTM Wafaa, I have a question. I'll just take forward what Ajit has asked. Which means if I do source out to certain media channels, does that mean that my argument or my debate is not valid? Am I not substantiating by quoting that?
No, we can, there is no, we are not judging here. We are evaluating, right? It's not a contest. When we are making a contest, that's something else, and the judges should agree on a criteria. But in a debate, anything that can make the members or the audience be convinced, say it. Now, when I say articles, they have to, sometimes I have witnessed several debates that they are going for Google or any Wikipedia and make their debate based on the Wikipedia. Here is the problem. When I want to make a debate, I have to say that this article has been done in this place based on that sample, and this is the result. So I have to give an evidence on the base of the debate. Now, any extra research, it can enrich, it's fine. And we cannot say it's not valid. At the end, any evidence you are showing is valid, but the structure is very important to be on an authentic source.
Okay, which means no point will be taken away from me if I quote.
No, definitely. Definitely. But you have to say from where you got it. If you got it from Wikipedia, say you got it from Wikipedia, because it's a point. It's not the debate itself.
Is Wikipedia a good source for reference when it comes to evaluation?
No. As an evaluator, if I'm evaluating and you are taking from Wikipedia, because Wikipedia, we can access and edit and amend. So there is no authenticity of it. However, it's an opinion. It's an opinion of people. So it can be taken as an opinion, but not as an evidence. However, we cannot say that, no, you use the Wikipedia, so you're out of the track. No, we cannot say that.
Okay. I have a question here from DTM Vinod Panikar. Is it advisable to give 2 evidence for a single point, or should we stick with only 1 evidence for 1 point?
The more evidence, the better. The more evidence for the same point is better. That makes that several researches have been done, and all of them are saying that this is right. So the more evidence you have for the same point, 2 or 3, it's better. We'll make sure that this point is valid worldwide. So why not we take it in consideration?
Okay. Murali, I believe you have you had a question. Would you like to ask now, or would you like to send it by chat?
It is not a question. I just wanted to say what DTM Wafaa said. It is about published articles. Published articles are not Wikipedia and all those things. It is an article, journal, like a university or a research center, which has got more authenticity than the other so-called references. So I can do a research on myself on a subject, and I can say this is the research I have done. So that is okay. But if I'm quoting something from some source which is not authentic in terms of a published journal, that won't be considered as a source. Isn't it, Didi?
Absolutely right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome.
Are there any other questions? Otherwise, I have a couple of questions that I would like to ask. I will wait because I will start something. Right. Now, when we are cross-examining, the kind of questions that we ask is also a part of our evaluation process, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you can give us some kind of an idea as to how that part of evaluation is done.
Okay. When we are cross-examining, the cross-examiner is asking close-end question. This is a point. When I'm asking a closed-end question, and a closed-end question means the answer should be yes or no. Now, here is the point. Have you done a research on that particular subject? He will say, no, but that's not a matter of, I said, no, I'm asking you, did you do it or not? When you say that, he has to say yes or not. So that's the point that you will refer to your speech. My worthy opponent did not search of this area, and that area has got this. Now, here is another thing, and I think all the previous sessions done, that when we are preparing any debate, we have to prepare both parties. If I'm affirmative, I don't just prepare the affirmative, I prepare the affirmative and negative. So I'll be ready with cross-examination. Cross-examination is not just spontaneous. Yes, we have to listen and we have to ask, but we have to be prepared that they will come up with these points. So I will ask these questions. And when I was coaching and mentoring the teams, you know, our coach Anwar will give us some instruction to coach team. We did rehearsal. And when they rehearsed in front of me, I was the cross-examiner. What if this happened? What if that happened? So they were prepared of the question that could be asked. So that's another way of cross-examination. Another question, Gayatri?
Yes. Is there anybody else who would like to ask? Otherwise, I will ask. I have enough questions for this. A lot of, during the cross-examination especially, there's a lot of browbeating and people are sort of pushed into a corner. Is that a part of evaluation also? That kind of behavior, is that also taken into consideration? Is it positive that I push you into a corner and I ask you, tell me, answer me, and I ask such a long question that you don't get to answer? Are all those points?
We are talking about the technique, right?
Yes. Is that, yes, is that also?
Yeah, it's fine. As long as respect is there, and at the end, that's how you make yourself you're strong. The first debate I did with the Morally, we were like almost fighting, but with respect, definitely. And we put each other in a corner. And because of this, I like debating with him a lot, because we know how to debate against each other and together. So yes, the technique is very important. And it's very important to tell the person while you are cross-examining, no, I need the answer, yes or no. I don't want you to speak. And here it comes the evaluator, the general evaluator, when evaluating the moderator. So general evaluator will not just evaluate the affirmative and negative evaluator, will evaluate the moderator. Did the moderator stop them? For example, if the person is not asking question, the moderator should, if you notice the last debate, the negative was telling, ask me question, because the moderator did not do that. But the moderator should stop, ask question. It's not about now speaking. You have a constructive speech, ask a question. So the moderator should, and that's kind of evaluation as well. in the debate structure.
All right. A lot of time when you have evaluated, we evaluate with points. But when there is a point when we ask questions from the audience, what they feel is perhaps the best debating team, the best debater, there is always a mismatch. Why is that so? Because the evaluations are far more on the logical side with the evidence. The audience looks at something else. Why is that kind of so much of a yeah?
It is normal. It's very normal because we as an audience, we are not following the structure and we are not following the techniques. We are just listening as a normal human being. Are we convinced or not? Like you are watching something or you are listening to any argument. Are you with or against? So we as a human being think critically in our way, in our mindset, in our perception. But when we are evaluating, there is no perception. There are criteria to follow. Because of this, there is a difference. And because of this, our last debate has got secreted judges. Yes. That the judges do yes. That's what you as a VPE implemented last time. That the yes, judges are following the criteria, not the emotions.
Exactly. This is
however, it's good to listen to the opinion of the people because here we know how we are affecting audience. You know, it's important to listen to others, how they are seeing us or not.
Absolutely right. Yes. Yes, I do. This is something for our audience.
I have a question. One more question.
Yes.
Is it good to use props while having a debate?
Your voice is breaking.
Debate.
Could you repeat? Could you repeat it, please?
Is it good practice? Sometimes is it good to use a prop? Suppose there is one resolution which demands a prop, and I want to use it in a debate. Is it a good way?
It's more because the visual people, the people who are visual, will see the prop and they will be convinced more. They will see that this is true. It's not virtual. It's real. So the props are a good point. If you have a prop, that's important to use, and it's a point to be added while I'm evaluating you. So you are well prepared.
Oh.
Okay,
also, we can bring props. Okay, that's something that's very interesting. We've only got printed material to refer and to show that this is where I never considered prop as something. Okay, next time. There's always a next time. Anwar, we need to plan
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Ajit. Really. Are there any other questions, please? All right. Okay, so Shyam Sundar is now in absolute focus. We have reached 12 o'clock. Could we, if there are no other questions, perhaps Toastmaster Wafaa, DTM Wafaa, you can summarize and we can take a call and you can hand this over back to our Prince.
Okay. So evaluation is important, as I said, and debate evaluation is critical. It's not normal because we need to follow a structure, and the structure is not, we did not create the structure. We are following what the all over worldwide debates are following. So structure is very important. The evaluator should be positive and should give recommendation based on his idea of the criteria that's followed. We will be better evaluator when we evaluate more and listen to more evaluation. So the more we practice, the better we will be. I urge you to listen to lots of debate. Even presidential debate is very good, which is one-to-one. It's important to listen to debate and put all these criteria that I talked about in your consideration. And then you can see which party you will support and which party you will not. And that's very logical. Thank you very much. And I hope I gave you several tips that makes your evaluation better. And now back to our president. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Wafaa. As usual, you've been amazing. Thank you so much. I mean, it's always a pleasure listening to you, and how much ever we debate, when we listen to you, there's always something new that we learn. Like the props, even I was not aware, like Gayatri, that we can get that in. We were not using this in the past, but Gayatri, it's a good question. it's good that we brought that in. Thank you, Ajit, Toastmaster Ajit, for your good questions, quality questions, which even helped us grow. As seasoned debaters, even we grew in this meeting. So thanks for that, Ajit. Yeah, thank you, DTM Wafaa. Thank you so much. Round of applause for DTM Wafaa for a wonderful presentation for us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just to touch upon one thing you mentioned, Wafaa, about the evaluation that happens, the difference between evaluating as the audience and as evaluators. Now, for those of you who witnessed our last debate, which was a very intense debate on organ donorship. So what happened in that was we had a poll with the audience, and we had a clear winning team and a clear winning debater who was the best debater of the day. And the celebrations had begun. In a later part of the meeting, we came up with this concept of secret judges who are the actual seasoned evaluators, including DTM Wafaa, who were in the audience. And the judgment that came off from the evaluators was contrary to the result that was coming out by voting of the audience. And it was quite a heated situation where the winning team said, no, we've already won. And the other team said, no, but technically we have won. So, this is a difference of what happens. It was very interesting to see that situation. And this is how it shows to us that when you perceive something as an audience, like media, which was mentioned by one of the people who asked questions today. Media is again a perception, right? A different media house may show a different picture of what's really happening. Just an example, what I'm trying to say is it's just a question of perception, whereas evaluating a debate is an entirely different concept. So, which was explained very well by DTM Wafaa today. Thank you for that. Wonderful. So as we conclude the meeting, the first thing I would like to do is, since we have so many smiling faces with us today, a quick group picture, if you're ready with it. If everyone, and if you're comfortable, please, if you can switch on your cameras, we can have a quick team, a group picture right now. Sham, are you ready with that?
Oh, yes.
Okay, everyone, at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Done?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sham. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Anyone in the audience who would like to give your feedback regarding the meeting today? Please feel free.
I love the meeting. I mean, last time also I was there at the organ donation. I remember that the way you said it, the judges had a different point of view and the audience had a different point of view. And I loved it. I mean, this is a good opportunity for us to visit other clubs through online and learn a lot of things. And I really love the way DTM Wafaa had explained and what is expected and all. But thing is, now in UAE, now we have only the debate contest, and so we are doing the different way. And I'm sure you may be knowing it in the Toastmasters debate contest. So now it's totally forgotten, and then it's coming, oh yeah, we should have done that. It's like that, but it's a nice way. And one thing I want to ask you, is there a way that you could share the recording link?
Yes, actually we are having, I mean, with every training that we have, with every workshop that we have, we post the link of the entire session online.
All right. Okay.
So it's there. I mean, which brings me to my next point. So whoever is interested, you can visit our web pages, on Instagram and Facebook. Anwar, if you can just share our social media presence. It's on Instagram and Facebook. This is how we look. On Facebook, it's Elite Debaters. You can just punch that in. And on Instagram, it's elite.debaters. So you will find us here. We would be happy if you can follow us and increase the database of the people who are with us. So following us and seeing our updates. And you will find the videos there as well. These videos of whatever is happening in these meetings here. And also of what's going to happen in the future, what meetings are coming up. We will be posting things there regularly.
Okay. At the same time, I want to know whether you have a guest group so that you can add my email ID or the number. Do you have a guest group?
Yes. What you can do is you can just drop your details, Varata, on the chat box, And
Okay.
if you can see, there's Anwar. Anwar is the person who's our main person who handles handling outsiders, or people who are not members of our clubs, to invite them to our clubs and for whatever discussions that take place. So you can get in touch with Anwar directly
Okay,
on the
Anwar
chat.
Adam host, right? That's
Yes,
the name.
yes, Anwar
Okay.
Adam hosts,
I'll
the
do that.
backbone of our club. So
All right.
so yeah, you can be in touch with him. Thank you, Varta. Thanks for your feedback.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for your
much.
feedback.
Thank you.
Thanks. Any one person more before we move towards the next part segment?
Hi,
Any?
this is Vijay here.
Hi Vijay, how are you?
Good. I have been attending your workshop for the past three sessions. First one I missed. Everything was wonderful. I really enjoyed and learned a lot. I'm basically a Toastmaster, not from a normal club. It's a community club. It has been very useful. We are planning to start debate sessions in our club based on your whatever we learned here. Thank you very much for the workshop.
Thank you, Vijay. I think there's nothing more heartening for a presenter like Wafaa to hear this kind of feedback, because, and in fact for all of us at ID Debaters, because that's the whole reason we are here. It's all to spread what we have and share the same energy, and we are really glad. In case you need any help with setting up a debate in your club, you can reach out to us anytime. We'll help you with whatever you need in terms of documents or in terms of anything. We are here to support you, Vijay. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So now coming to an important part of this segment of this meeting, actually. So we are going to be launching today something very interesting, which has not been launched in the previous years that Elite Debaters was here. We have a quick reference document that we are releasing today, which is something like a guideline for any person who is a non-debater and who would like to look at what exactly happens in a debate. It's a one-page document, a quick reference document. Varatha, you can use that as well for your meetings, like you did mention. It's going to be shared by Anwar. Anwar, if you can just share the document with us. So today is the launch of this document. We've had DTM Gayatri, who's the backbone of who's helped us compile this entire document. Anwar, if you can just scroll down a bit. Yeah, as you can see, it's just introducing what a debate is, what are the two teams going down. Yeah, this document will also be shared on our social media. We are going to share it, so it's going to be available for everybody. You can download it and and use it and help your own clubs. Yeah, and how a constructive speech is done, presentation, what is the flow of a debate, and these are the technical terms that we use. What's contention, evidence, cross-examination. So basically this whole document is a concise summary of what debate is about. So if you take a print of this document and talk to your club, I'm sure you can have debates in your own clubs. And what we really envision as a club is to have debates between clubs, between countries, between districts. This is something that we need to grow. This whole concept of debating, which is not there much in the Toastmasters fraternity, and we are all public speakers, so we would love to debate, right? So we're just trying to grow this, and we can all grow together with this. Please have a look at this document on our social media on Facebook and Instagram as well. So a round of applause for DTM Gayatri for getting this together, and wonderful DTM Gayatri. You've really worked hard on this and you've got this together. Thank you so much from all of us. Thank you.
I have something else to share as well, Toastmaster
Yes,
Prince.
please. Yes, please.
This is the first document. The second document is how you need to prepare, all of it in detail. A case study with approaches, with evidences, every single step of the debate. The series of workshops in action. That's the next thing. So hopefully when we have our next workshop series, we will have that second document also out. I'm working along with the DTM Noor, DTM Wafaa. Well, I have a lot of my people working together. So we will get back to you soon.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I hope everyone gets the message. And what we are actually coming to is, we are trying to help you propagate debates within your own clubs and, make this like a global thing, because we are not there yet, and we want to be there where we can debate inter-clubs, inter-districts and things like that. So that's the vision we have. So if you can push this through, it's going to help everybody grow together in this whole thing. So yes.
In
One
this,
more thing is,
Prince, I have also to add, A lot of people feel that in Toastmasters, it's only speeches or it's only leadership. It's not just that. This is another aspect many people miss out on, debate especially.
Yeah.
Debating does not necessarily mean arguing. It means sensibly and logically putting forward your points in such a way that you stand out and your argument is heard and your point is won.
Yes.
It's going to be very useful in your offices, for God's sake, with your bosses. I mean, to me, I always look at it that way. Right? You cannot do this, but then you can put people into your perspective by arguing in the right possible way. So I think debating is a key skill, and definitely elite debaters. And with you as our president and our incoming ESCOM from next year, well, we are going to go good places with all of this.
Thank you, DTM Gayatri. Well said, well said. So yes, that's where we stand, and that's where we envision we are going to be moving to. Just a quick point is that we are also open to global memberships. You have already had, I think, one or two members recently who also expressed interest in being a part of elite debaters. I mean, we are more than happy to have you as visitors, and if you really want to also be a part of our club, we are very glad. So this is open for that as well. You can, again, whoever's interested can reach out to Anwar Adam. He's the person who takes charge of this from our end. Well, I think we've kind of had a great meeting today, and without further ado, I think I would like to conclude this meeting.
Before that, please, everyone has to open their screens, Prince. I'm waiting for my photograph, please.
Oh, we took the photo, Gayatri.
I didn't take the photo.
Oh, okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again.
I don't see many people. I need a lot of people to open their windows. Come on, guys. This is a window. I want to see people's faces. See, Ruha is beautiful as always. Wafaa, always. Yeah, let's see that. Alka. What about Ajit? Where are you guys all, please? Ah, yes, indeed. See, I want this for my Instagram. I want to show this off in my Instagram. I know that Shyam Sundar would also be working, but then he also needs to be in the picture.
Yes, true.
Yes. Indeed. Excellent.
Thank you, guys.
Please hold on. I know that finally, yes. Those closed windows are open. That's the thing. Excellent. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gayatri.
It's good to see you, DTM Vinod. Very nice. And thank you for all your kind words. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, thanks, Vinod. You've been with us through this journey of workshops that we're having. Thanks for being there with us. You know, it's good to have people who are as keen as us on the subject. So, thanks,
pleasure,
Vinod.
President Prince. Pleasure.
Okay, great. Now, just before I conclude this meeting, I think officially I would like to conclude the meeting here. However, for those people who are interested to, like we say, hang around and be a part around here, talk to us. Even DTM Wafaa is here. In case you have more questions, you're free to be here for a bit. We'll be here for a bit, and then we'll log off. So thank you, everyone. I conclude this meeting here. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
I would like to thank Toastmaster Shyam Sundar for having been here for all of our workshops as our timer. I mean, if he's there, you can be sure that timing is going to be kept.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
I missed mentioning his name, but now I would not like to let that go off without being mentioned. Thank you, Shyam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shyam.
Thank you,
Yes.
Toastmaster Gayatri and Wafaa. It's my pleasure.
Thank you, Shyam. Thanks.
So we can stop recording now. If there is
Yes.
anybody who wants to talk, we can talk.
I think so. If Bijay is here,